Having some issues. Check out my using my Ultra account. Uh-huh. Let me just grab. Okay. I don't know what's happening. Enable. Okay. I want you to plan a feature that you can add to check on metrics on how many people have visited the site and how many people have clicked on any link, any external link within the site. So I thought it would auto-send itself. Where am I getting this?
Just a quick question, Felix, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh, is it possible for you to put this in light mode? Unfortunately, I'm unable to see completely in dark mode. I can't see anything on your screen.
Okay. Yeah. It's been bright. That's better.
Just a minute. I think it is reloading or something. Wow. I'm still having a little trouble seeing the font, or maybe the font is too small.
Okay. Just
Much better. Much better for me.
okay. Anybody else to check on something quick? On demand. This thing is sort of now pissing me. Let me also just hotspot myself. I think there might be an issue with my Wi-Fi. Enable. Okay, what's that? Why when I click on enable, it's not going away? Alright. I think we'll find a different. I had one. The Kisumu one I had already set up the environment variables. Let's see if this will work. Getting the same error that if I click on enable, it's not moving forward. That's too much. We'll use this one. Do environment variables or development variables expire after a while? Okay. This one has. Hi. Can you create a feature that will check the telemetry of the application and how many people have visited the website? This doesn't work. I don't know how we'll do my demo. So much time. That's so much time. Really, this works. So just to clarify, any cloud agent runs on demand. I think that was the issue, but I wonder what I had enabled mine. This thing is taking more
Can I
time
ask
than.
another question as you proceed with that, Felix?
Yeah, you can.
You mentioned something about claiming free credits. Is there like a KB somebody can be looking at as you take care of setting up the environment?
So free credits are only applicable to the physical workshop and the Kafkasa mini format. For virtual format, like they don't allow free credits.
Okay.
Yep. Trying to buy also data, and my phone is all acting funky. Have you tried pushing a plugin to Casa?
And just to ask, do you need like to add your card so that you can use your credits after your limit has just reached and you have like credits on your dashboard?
Yeah. You do need to verify your identity via the card for them to apply. So you see, like you might run out of the free credits, but you still have credit. Maybe you've gotten them from one of the events that we hosted. They can't apply until your card gets verified.
And must it have money,
Must it have your?
like cash?
Yeah.
These guys can charge you anytime.
It has to be an authentic card because the same issue applies to even codecs. Most of the cards from Africa, they are sort of not allowed because they spam. Somebody might use Global Pay, which is a pre whatever pay as you go card. It will not apply. So you find you got a chance to have credits, but since you inputted the wrong card, your card gets rejected.
Okay.
You can use a loop card and like set a certain amount for that card so that it doesn't bypass, surpass or something.
Loop.
A loop can work.
Okay, let me try.
Anybody else with an activation question? Anybody?
Okay, and in the agentic mode, how do you like rate limit your tokens so that or credits so that they don't get burned really fast on unnecessary tasks? So, for example, like running endless unit tests or running endless end-to-end tests. So,
Are you talking about the cloud agent or the local desktop agent?
desktop.
Oh, for the desktop, just a minute. Just a minute. Can I move it to this other side? Sorry. Just a minute. So, okay, one way of being cost efficient, it's on these models. Okay, somebody might be using the auto model. Auto is not that okay. It's good, but I usually don't like using it because it will auto pick a model on itself. If you go to CASA pricing for each model, you'll see we have a pricing table for each model. So you usually try and play around these models. Quick one is that the frontier models like maybe GPT 5.6, Sona, and Opus 5, and Fable 5, those are high-end models. They will always cost more than your models. They will cost. Oh, Kimi is added. Let me just add it. It will cost more than GPT Gemini 2.5. So you always have to check on the model that you want to use and add it there and turn off auto for you to always pick with Gemini 3 point let me call it the 3 what. These are Gemini 3.1, 3.6. They are good with UI. I'll prefer somebody to use that than them coming to use Gemini than them coming to use GPT 5.6 on Sol. It's good, but at what price? Also, we
And
can try something local. Mm,
okay.
uh-huh, uh-huh. I usually like creating data sub agent that will always check on what was the word?
Rate limiting.
Not rate limiting, but um, it's called what?
Usage.
I will check on usage per model that I will pick. Let this agent run on every request I do on CASA. Okay. Need of bloating it with a lot of information. Also, one good thing with CASA, you could always spin up your own sub agents. I have a couple.
And like if you maybe have like let's say Kimi or Quen, and then
Mhm.
you want to use it on Casa, but then you want to use it like on a free trial because I think like Kimi and Quen are free, and they offer a really nice freemium thingy. So instead of using the models that are there, like can you like add a model and then use it without necessarily using up your credits and stuff?
I think we used to have bring your own API key. I'm just seeing right now we have OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google. But okay, Kimi, thinking for a way of self-hosting. Bring your own API key works for only these models. If you have a custom model, let's say Quen, and does it add downlink? No, I don't think, haven't really used it. But there is a feature for bring your own API key. Maybe I just check it up somewhere. Maybe it's on the browser side or the app itself.
And apart from coding, like, what do you use Casa for elsewhere? Apart from coding, editing videos, and generating slides and planning
How do I
workflows,
use
of course.
how
Yeah,
do I use
like
that? You, uh,
apart from
so
just the normal things.
the normal things. How
Yeah.
do I use gas? Let me. So we have a Luma calendar. We have a Luma calendar.
Mm-hmm.
It's the one that actually maintains. Maybe you can see your name somewhere here. It's the one that maintains your Luma. It maintains Luma. For instance, okay, I've created a Luma plugin for it. You could see most likely across the whole pipeline. We have testers who has attended has checked in 6 out of the 7 events they have registered. We have Farouk. We have Amos was on this call. Registered but historically unlikely. We have, let me go with my friend Isaac. So this is okay. This is just one, but I could also say uh, approve the most likely to attend the future events we have, but currently they are on waitlist. It's confidence name. So this is something called Canvas. So even jumped a lot. Let it finish run. But I saw the sub agent also finished run.
You can check it out and then go back to this one.
Okay, so custom sub agent on every request, no guaranteed configuration exists, description, knowledge levels, team analytics, provide the model, everything. Mm-hmm. Not edit files. Edit files. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Usage. Okay, let's say the name is usage because I did even give it laptop or what. Just a minute. Sub-agents. So these are some of my custom sub-agents that I've built.
Okay.
I'm looking for one. I usually use the trimmer to reduce. Okay, you see that if you use AI to write code, it usually gives a lot of wordings in the UI and everything. This trims the UI. We have this usage. This is the one that we've built right now. Model, whatever. Just a minute. Okay. Use that canvas. Use canvas. Compare the model usage. I want to add something on top of it. So this is a footnote that you should know. Okay. Okay. Let's try something. Because I wanted to read the entire code base. Model usage.
So your agentic mode is set on running fully automated, or you do manually approve, or you run a hybrid model?
Hybrid. There are some things that I will need to approve, and there are some things like if they're not, let me say what, destructive, they can just approve itself. But anything that deals with database, I have to approve.
Okay, so
So model check GPTs is visible as the parent model, token usage, and quota. Let's check it out. It does not. Sub-agent model not exposed. Okay. An idea. You can build your own plugin to check on the model usage. How is that viable? I'll check it out and I'll have something on Monday. Let's check if it approved or.
so mostly you run Casa Kenya on automated purposes, like
Repetitive tasks, man.
hey,
Because
it's a community. We need humans. We need humans, not AI agents running the work.
okay, these are repetitive tasks. let's say I have about 200 people on waitlist who have submitted their LinkedIn. Do you need me go checking every person's LinkedIn? And some of you usually put just not applicable, even though it's a requirement. I can tell Codex to just go check the whatever questions, and for it to give me people who I should approve first.
Okay, but again, we need to minimize. I had made think. I don't think I now see myself in the user syndrome of just doing fully automated things and spinning up agents, using AI to its limits and stuff. Yeah, the guy who
Yeah,
inspired
yeah.
this
We have some tasks there, you know.
Blackie made me subscribe for cloud. But again, you can be a politician. Looks like you have a lot of followers.
Oh, God.
Uh, so it will continue running until when someone gets to add themselves to the wait list.
Yeah, this task will run. This was sent at about a few minutes ago. To run for that few minutes ago. The people who will come yesterday. So it doesn't auto run. I have to tell it to run. So these are some of the
Okay.
things that we were doing for 29th to 29th of this month to 29th of next month. This is what we have.
So for Knayash and stuff.
For this one, it has passed the limit. Bill Knight, approval pressure.
I think we need to reorganize the building edge.
Quickly check on the stats. We have Solomon. Have you started learning how to code, or you're still coding with AI?
I'm learning. I'm learning. Eco DOM with JavaScript. So try to even write some technical articles here and there just to feel like I'm learning something. But again, most of my workflow it's usually vibe coding for now, and I think it will remain. Man, like there's a lot of work, and then it's only me, so I guess it's better if I do like vibe code and multiply the output. Anyways,
Okay. This is another common agent that I've built on my own, plugin or sub-agent that I've built. You see, like when people write code, they usually don't check on the code. It's the code module, the quality and everything. So this one actually sort of just checks on the. I don't want entire files to be in one, entire code to be in one file. It breaks, checks on the code modules and almost everything. Repeated logic, because you find that if you're using, okay, if I'm using Next.js, you'll find this model sort of reinstalling the same packages over and over. If you're using npm, if you're using npm, you're at least okay. But if you're using npm, so with these, you'll usually just check. And also poor naming. You find if you have a way, if you're using the snake, is it the snake case naming? I will always want my files to be that way. I don't want them to be. You find half the code base files are in a certain naming order, the other half is on a separate naming order. So unused code, it deletes unused codes, hard coded values. I don't want to hard code the local variables. Most AIs will do it, but I don't want it to hard code. Missing error handling. You'll find if you're in Next.js, you'll find that your code everywhere type is any. That's a poor architecture of your code. Poor repetition of concerns, include suggested file organization. So provide the improved structure. So a perfect file organization, if I want my libs folders to only be maybe the server side, or even my action folder to be the server side. If I want my DB folder to only have code about DB, maybe the DB connection, the migrations, the SQLs, what else? Rules. Do not remove functionality. I do not need to remove functionality. Do not change business logic unless clearly required. Which for these will prompt me like, do you want to run this? Do not rewrite everything unnecessarily. Prefer simple and readable code. This is the keyword. Always prefer simple and readable code. Keep the developer existing style where possible. So I have a way of writing code. I want it to remain the same. I don't want it introducing maybe some other way of writing code. As for clarification only, the code cannot be safely refactored without more context. So I don't let it
And
fully make decisions for me.
okay, excuse on the developer style. Did it like study you over time? Like since you've been using Casa over time, it did learn your kind of style of writing code. So maybe
Yeah,
like usually does maybe things in a modular way, or you combine maybe styles and stuff in domes in a dom. Like you'd combine get element by ID in maybe one thing and stuff.
it just studied on how I write code and then uh, took the entire period I've been using it and said this is the way you may write code. Same things apply even to ChatGPT right now. ChatGPT can write emails the way you write emails. It will check on how you write your previous emails. If you're chatty on your email, that's the style that it will use. So
Yeah, okay. You made me like you're going to make me bankrupt. You guy like paid for ChatGPT, paid for Claude, paid for Gemini. Now, what's next?
what are you paying for Gemini?
Huh?
What are you
Okay,
paying
for
for
the cloud
Gemini?
storage. For the cloud storage, like the 5 TB in there,
Ah,
and also video generation for some things.
video gen. Okay, okay, okay. So we have something called skills. So, skills, if you go to skill.sh, you will have a lot of
Mm-hmm.
skills. It has one of the largest skill repository ever, but maybe you need your
Oh,
custom
wow.
skills. Like for this, these are skills that copies or mirrors a certain website, like to the colors. Because if I take screenshots and paste them to Casa, it usually doesn't sort of get the what the colors I want. So this is a skill I came with. So any website that when I invoke these skills, it will refactor that website to
Mm-hmm.
match all these colors, the cassava navy blue to the letter, even the topography, the fonts, and everything. You could always create your own skills. We have dead code audit. This just audits like my entire code base to remove dead codes. You can have some dead code.
Mm-hmm.
Because okay, sometime back I came to notice when I'm using Casa per se,
Mm-hmm.
when I changed my stack, maybe I was using React and I moved to Next.js, I could still find the React code within those files. So this one does a dead code audit. Any code that is not used anywhere, it's
Mm-hmm.
removed. So this is dead code. We have the trimmer, we have the do I have a refactor agent? So this one actually checks and detects the workflow, the stack itself. So I usually write code in Rust, Go, Python, Java, TypeScript. So it will always check on these. If it has a JSON file
Also,
and a TS config file, that's TypeScript or JS. If it only has a JSON file, that's a JavaScript. It has a requirement.tx or pyproject.toml file, that's Python. It has a go.mod, or if it has cargo, that's Rust. So we have monorepo and this other one is called what? And microservices. Mostly I build on monorepos. So for monorepos, it will check and it will scan the packages. Idea, you could always build a skill that checks for vulnerability for those packages. Since we're in the JavaScript or yeah, per se JavaScript ecosystem, usually have a lot of vulnerability. We always scan. I know GitHub dependencies usually does it for you, but maybe you want something locally you can run so that you know are you
mm-hmm.
going to upgrade your packages or are you going to downgrade your packages depending on the CVE vulnerabilities.
Okay, currently I've been working on a kind of crazy project building a framework called Airshap. So I'd find most of my time like spend on reading AI reports and stuff of the same because I'm trying to build a framework uh, for React users. that is a full framework. Because I think in the React ecosystem, we do have a kind of problem like Angular users have it better in terms of the fullness of the framework. Like if you're in the React ecosystem, you do tend to make a lot of decisions on every kind of thing you want to use. So some would prefer React Router, some would prefer Next. But again, I need something like built on React for new developers, like who just learned React, don't need to go and learn another framework and can just migrate and get the same production level code like an Angular dev and stuff. And yeah, it's coming to life.
Yeah, I'm happy for you. So we have these are my P1, P0 to P4. These are some just like priorities of removal unused NPM packages. I don't want my code or my NPM package to be maybe 2 MB. That's too huge. Verification and reference to files, caution, those are duplicate dependencies because you might find these dependencies layer on each other. Why would I need the same dependency twice? So I sort of just remove it. It usually creates a summary for me, the unused package, the number, the unreferenced files, and also create links with them. And I can just go check them up. One other cool thing that you could do within your Casa app is something called multitask. This can spin up sub agents within the same chat to tackle subtasks. So best example, this is okay. We had okay. So if you go here, I will not let this run, but maybe. What can I? Okay, this is going to prod. I don't want to do anything. Let me do. Let me first check on this. So approve the most likely at 64 morning. Skipped on purpose. You're saying other careful at least to be prior no show. Propose settings, send emails through, guide them. Like yes to approve the 10. So you see, it's not fully on auto because it's asking me say yes to approve the test. So I could always go check up on them and see who's on the list. That's nice. Can we run multitask? Check on who. Let's see if the multitask will run. Should now spin up the agent. So that's like the sub agents approving the wait list plus also checking on the build night. That's how a multi-agent can run. So this is this is called an agent window. So the agent window, other things that you could always do is just a minute, customization. These are the plugins. I have these plugins. I have it's called Context 7 for documentation. It usually fetches the latest documentation within the React or JavaScript ecosystem. Don't ask me why I have this one, but I use it. Oversell is just for my deployment, for it to look at my deployment. Also for the AWS one. Figma and Canvas are one of the coolest plugins you could have because you could always reference for Figma design and the AI model will always speak. Neon is for my DB. Browser base is for the agent to use the browser. I know Casa has its own in-app browser. The rest, these are some of the plugins I have. So not all plugins need to be activated every time you open Casa. That's one thing you need to know. The MCPs, not plugins. But MCPs are currently just plugins, even that's how they're referred within the ChatGPT ecosystem. For skills, we talked about them. These are some of the skills. I have a find skills. This helps like the user to discover new skills. But you can go to skills.sh. It's maintained by Vercel. It has the largest skill repository. You can always try and push your skill there. Sub-agents. These are some that I've built on my own, depending on my work. Rules. So for rules, you can get rules from most of this software. They have their own sort of kind of rules. Like this one I installed from Netlify. We have a worker, we have a type. This is TypeScript. This is where basically me switching from React JavaScript to TypeScript with React only or Next.js. Commands I don't have any currently. Hooks I don't think. I think we're past our due time. So if anybody has a question, anybody who has a question. Oh, Santala, I missed it. Okay. If nobody has a question, I will stop sharing my skill and hand it to Festus, who will later on close the meet. If you haven't registered for the 3 coming Casa Kenya meetups, Meetup, Hackathon, and Kefkasa, kindly do. You might see Ben Lang in Kenya. Who knows? I'll stop sharing this thing. Are you still on call? I think